Good day, dear friends. Welcome right now to our Tuesday night conspiratorium, this assemblage. I'm so glad you could be with us. Thank you so much. How about last night? Wasn't our friend Colin great? Loved him. Loved him, loved him, loved him. Absolutely terrific. Friday, I think it was Friday or Thursday, I'm not sure. Fredo, Cassia, got her on. It's going to be during the day. So because of the time frame, I want to do it live with her. So it'll be a little bit earlier. And remember, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. I think she's terrific. We're going to get everybody. But before we begin, somebody was suggesting that they had not heard from our friend Baron. And somebody said, I hope he is okay. Fill me in. Is everything okay that we know of? Is everything okay? Does I'm just asking you, filling you in because he is a, well, what are you going to do? Anyway, just keep me posted. I have never felt such a connection. And I'm like you. I still think like, hey, I'm talking to Fredo. Fredo, I'm talking to her this week, but I'm talking to Coach Colin. That because I'm a fan too. It's like, hey, that's that guy. So it's very unique for me. And it's so terrific to hear different perspectives, different. Just love talking to people. Had a great sense of humor. I really liked him. I liked him. Okay, I really like him. So anyway, oh, by the way, I think Baron's going to be doing a members only, which is good. We all have to be, and this is what tonight's subject is. I'm going to try something here. First, don't let Grandpa ever get in the way of, or anyway suggesting that I know more than you do, or that I'm, no. But I have had, not that I know more, but I've been through just more of these things just by virtue of, experience in history and my generation. And so some of you wonderful people are finding yourselves for the first time ever, you're saying to yourself, am I a conspiracy theorist? Am I because I'm thinking some weird stuff about this Charlie thing, and I'm thinking, am I a, could it be I'm a, yep. You have these moments in your life. And what I want to tell you is this. This is it. This is it. Balance. Balance. Knowing when to go, when to stop, how far to go, how far to stop. You always know that there are groups of people, there are cabals, there are groups, there are people, there are cadres, consortia, convocations, covens, conspiracies of people doing horrible, terrible things. You know this. You know this. And sometimes when something happens, you say to yourself, could it possibly be true? Could it be such that a group of people decided that this wonderful young man, Charlie Kirk, that we love and respect, that somebody could have just offed him because of what he thought, of what he said? Question number one, is that even possible? Whenever you apply critical thinking to something, wait a minute, there's Sarah. Sarah says, yes, I was too worried. He will be on tomorrow. I knew you or someone watching you too would know. I just love you and your program. Thank you, Sarah. You are so very kind. And it's funny how we have like a buddy system. We want to make sure all of us are okay. I've never seen this. I've been doing this for 20 years as YouTube stuff. And I never felt a part of any group. I swear to you, I never, how do I do this? I don't know any time when I felt like there was a group of people that I felt like we were like a family or a group. Never. It's the weirdest thing. It's a wonderful thing, by the way. It's a terrific thing. I think it's wonderful. It's great. It's wonderful. But here's the thing, which is so interesting, which I find fascinating more than anything else. Oh, there's Grandpa. What do you think happens to CK? Oh, we're going to get to that in a moment. We're going to get to that right now. Absolutely. There is a, how do I say this? There is a, for lack of a better word, this balance of information, which is so difficult for so many of you wonderful people to know, especially if you're brand new at this, where you have to ask yourself the question, is it possible? If it's not possible, stop the question. You don't even go to step 2. If you don't answer that first question, if it's not, yes, this is possible, you don't even bother going to step 2. You don't. You just don't. That's what's critical. You don't worry about going to step 2. You don't worry about anything further. But if it is possible, then we go on to the next step. How probable is it? How probable, how necessary? Something may be possible. Yes, it's possible there could have been a group of people who went and took Charlie out, who took him out. Absolutely. We'll get to this later. How probable is this? How probable has anybody who has been taken out throughout history? JFK, MLK, RFK, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, go down the list. John Lennon, just go down the list. Tupac, just pick your. It's very easy. It's very easy. Very, very, very easy for it to happen. Not easy to accomplish, but it's easy for people to say whatever. The next thing is you're never going to get an answer. You're never going to get somebody who raises their hand at the end and says, yep, I did it. I did this. I am responsible for this. I did this. This is one of those things which I cannot say anymore. I cannot put into words, so to speak. I can't. Who would it be? Now we have the suspects. And this is where this comes in. You're going to have to really know when to hit the brakes. See what evidence we have. There's suspicion, and then there's proof. There's probable cause, and there's reasonable doubt. Probable cause is what you need to get an arrest warrant. You just need probable cause. It means he probably did it. It's the easiest burden. There is probable cause that, name it, Israel, Mossad, FBI, TPUSA, organized crime. A lot of people could be absolutely named in this. But whoever was responsible, this was not at all just some haphazard play. Somebody absolutely, positively, 100%, 100% was involved in something far more complicated than some rogue element where some TPUSA group or somebody. You had to have so much coordination. You had to have so much Not one thing going wrong. And there was a lot wrong because they almost blew it. I think they did blow it because Tyler never got the message, never got the role he was supposed to do. But anyway, let me just go back. It's very, very important. So it's something, it's only fair to say this is not some haphazard group. It's not some rogue person. It's not Tyler Robinson. There's too much stuff because here is the evidence. It's not Tyler Robinson. I want you to listen to me very, very carefully. It's not Tyler because what actually appears to have killed Charlie has nothing to do with him. Because there is no rifle or instrument or weapon or anything that we can put together, that we can amass, that we can point to, that he had access to that is connected to this. They found a rifle. I want you to really listen to this. I want you to tell your friends this. They found a rifle. They could find a lint brush. They could have found a shotgun, an M4, a Barrett 50 caliber. They could have found a howitzer, a machine gun, or a flintlock. None of them would have been in any way connected because you have to connect the rifle, the implement, the gun. You have to do it. And it wasn't connected. You with me on this? So we have nothing. We have nothing to connect Tyler with anything because the rifle that was found, which was his, we'll admit to it. It was the grandfather's, the Mauser 98 or whatever it was, just shot at 30-06. It wasn't connected. Not only was it not connected, it wasn't even fired because the dogs couldn't find it. You see where I'm going? Tyler Robinson's standing there. Okay, connected. Let's say he's like pinned the tail on the donkey. He's got Velcro. And we have this reasonable doubt or beyond a reasonable doubt. And we're going, we're saying, okay, connect him. Let me ask you a question. What if there were no rifle found at all? Would you still have thought of him as being guilty because of his supposed confession? Because that's what you have. There is no rifle. The rifle that was found has nothing to do with this. The rifle that was found, how it got there, I don't know. I don't know if it, because remember, we've never talked to him. We're trying to anticipate his answers without knowing what he's going to say. But there is no rifle. I can't say this enough. There's no, when people say, do you think Tyler Robinson? I say, there's no evidence. What do you mean? I said, the rifle wasn't connected. It was a rifle that was found. These dogs that can smell a fish fart can't find this weapon because it wasn't fired. Not only that, I don't even know what the hell was in him. This little thing ain't a 30-06. I don't know what this thing was, that whatever. I don't know any of this stuff. It could be this, it could be that, it could be an exploding microphone. I don't know what the hell it was. But there is nothing connecting Tyler Robinson to any type of instrument that was fired where he was. You said it was a rifle. It's in the charging document. There is no rifle. There's nothing to connect it. Therefore, that's it. It would be as if, and I want you to understand, tell me you understand this. I'm sure you do. If they found nothing, if they found Lee Harvey Oswald in the Texas School Book suppository, as my friend would say, and he's running down and he's eating his chicken sandwich and a Coke or whatever it was, and they never found the rifle. By the way, interesting. Did you know that when they found the original Lee Harvey Oswald rifle in the sniper's nest? Wait a minute, it's Duchess of Camelot. Hang on a second. Lionel, as a prosecutor, would you have brought the case against Tyler Robinson? Hell no. I dump it. I dump it. I can't make it. I can't. I have an affirmative duty, by the way, to justice, not to get a conviction. And thank you, dear heart. If they had found Lee Harvey Oswald And there was no rifle. Oh, we could say, by the way, in the sniper's nest, they found the people who were there, the person who found it. A lot of these guys all of them were in World War II. All of them knew how about rifles. All of them knew this. Everybody in 1963 was in World War II. Okay. So you had a pretty combat heavy or pretty military savvy group, and especially police officers. When they found the rifle, stamped on the barrel or the whatever, it said Mauser. Mauser. This is what the police officer said, the detective. Not Mannlicher Carcano. Where did that thing come from? Don't know. But let's assume that they found nothing. And they look at Lee Harvey Oswald and they say, what? Well, he's there. There was a woman he was sitting next to. They couldn't have charged him with anything. But it was that rifle that they kind of connected to him. They thought it was him. Okay. We don't have a rifle here. We don't have anything. We've got Tyler Robinson. That's it. So remember, the jury's going to hear none of this. I will bet anything. If I were a judge, I would suppress. I would say, you're not going to introduce the rifle at all. Introduce what? Introduce the lint brush. This has nothing to do with it either. There's no connection. So the jury's going to say, what do we do? Well, just let's go through the confession. Okay. What confession? What confession? Couple of ways. How about a confession with no rifle, no nothing? Let's remember, he was maybe on a roof. Do we know for sure whether he was on the roof? Don't know. Do we know for sure whether he was on the roof? I don't know. Do we know for sure? I don't know. Well, they saw somebody running around. Is that him? I think he was there, but was he on the roof? Was that him? Bill Parillo says all of these murders were coordinated efforts. However, this is history making that we can collaborate to uncover their lies and inform the world, because now we're an army of information. Yes, we are, and we're our own vigilantes, our own independent, like grand jury, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? You got it? Okay. Now, I don't have to. Oh, here we go. FK says, truth is one thing, accountability is another. When has a high-level conspiracy history ever been caught, exposed, and dealt with accordingly? Never. That's never. Great point. There was no confession. Absolutely. We'll get to that in a moment. You're very good. Good. So do we all agree? The weapon's out. The weapon's out. Gone. Okay. So then how about him saying, it was me? Okay. And the jury's like this. It was you what? Tyler admitted to Lance, to Junebug or Luna, his gay trans girlfriend, boyfriend, that he was kind of, he didn't really come out and say it. Then he was on Discord. Okay. We'll just get to this. So that's the confession. He didn't confess to his parents. Didn't confess to the police. Turned himself in just to get himself off the streets. So remember, you're a juror and you're saying, okay, how about the confession? Good. The first time anybody tries to introduce something, and by the way, we would have always had a pretrial conference. I know what information you're going to try to put in. I'm going to say before. By the way, do you have a text message? Do you have a text? Who is it? Let's say Furry. Let's say we got here. Let's say KFL. Let's try that. Or Sarah Bryan. Let's say yours. Let's say, Sarah, I've got a text from you. Here it is on my phone. It's a text from you. I even wrote your name, Sarah. I said Sarah at the top. Sarah. At the very top of this. And Sarah writes, I did it. I killed him. I'm terrible. I did it. Oh my God, I'm a murderer. I got it right here. How do I get this into court from the prosecutor? How do you do it? What am I going to do with this phone? What am I going to do with this? What? What do? You authenticate. You authenticate. I have to prove this is what it purports to be. A note from Sarah or her phone, and this is from her. Okay. Can I just take a screenshot? Oh, no. Thank you, Hillbilly. Screenshot? No. Not a screenshot. No. How do I know it got to your phone? How do I know it came from Sarah? Well, I already have Sarah's number in my phone, so I guess this came through. Okay, really? Is that true? Lionel, did you have your thyroid removed when you were younger? My son is 16 and had thyroid cancer. His whole thyroid was removed. No. I had a cyst, a thyroglossal duct cyst. And by the way, thyroid cancer is one of the most recoverable, treatable, curable. People's thyroids, you just have thyroid replacement. People do wonderful, do well. But no, but I had a cyst that was on it. It was a thyroglossal duct is when you're in an embryo. There's a little, almost like a slide where the thyroid kind of fits in. It probably was congenital, and it just picked up cells and this cyst, and it was good. Thyroid was fine, but this little cyst, it's midline. Women get it. There was a judge. It was one of the judges that was involved in this. I saw this mass. You don't normally get circular spherical masses. You normally have the thyroid cartilage, which, by the way, was shattered in the Epstein case. You have the hyoid bone. You have all this other kind of stuff. But no, it was not. But thyroid cancer, very, very treatable. Absolutely. Depending upon, so I'm glad your son is well. So I'm going to bring my tech people in here, my experts, and they're going to tell the judge, I don't know where this is from. If I get a phone call from somebody and it's you, let's say it's you, right? Let's say it's Lee Rose, and Lee Rose calls up, and I said, "Yep." And Lee Rose called up in the phone. He goes, I did it. Okay. Am I going to introduce that in evidence? Am I going to say, yeah, she called me. How do you know it was Lee Rose? Well, I recognize your voice, and you have to authenticate it. Is this a true and convey? How do you know it's Lee Rose? It sounded like her. Could somebody have gone in, theoretically, and sent this message that wasn't Tyler? Is that possible? I put on my experts and they say, well, we have to get somebody from Apple or wherever the hell this is. We have to bring them in to explain to everyone how are these, what are these statements? They're writing. If Tyler takes the stand and says, I didn't do that. I didn't say that. I never said that. That's not me. Why is he telling everybody all this? And now he never told the police, never told his parents, never told. And why is he doing it in the first place? Now we get into the good parts about this. Now we say, this is a sample of some of his writing. These are some of his texts. When he had all the time in the world, when he was laid back and chilling and all that stuff, he would do an IMHO or LOL or an emoji. But yet, when he's nervous and scared and facing perhaps life in prison or worse, he's writing in these prosaic terms, full sentences. Does this make sense to you? Does this make sense to you? Are you sure this is what he said? Is he going to call this person and say, look I left a note, click. Why are you doing this? Don't talk to anybody. Get a lawyer. He's telling everybody all this. I'm sorry, it's me. But he never really said, he said, yeah, I was there, or it was me, or something along those lines. Very, very, very weird. Okay, good. Terrific. Now I'm going to say, it was me what? Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'll play along with it. It was him. Well, what did he do? Well, he killed Charlie. With what? Well, with the rifle. We already been through this. The rifle wasn't fired. They can't connect it. What did he use? What did he do? Not to mention, let's get somebody on the stand, an expert, who says, "What did you find?" I don't know what we found. Let's just assume. I don't know this to be true, but let's assume. Let's assume somebody were to say, "Here's the damnedest thing. We found like pieces of like plastic or something." I don't know. I don't know what this was. I don't know what this was. But it's not around. It's not any of that. I don't understand it. I don't understand any of it. I don't understand how I don't know what I mean. There's a little hole. Then I get other people. Doctor, could have you ever seen a 30-06? Oh yes. Hunters and oh yeah. You know, Candace said something very interesting today about Don Jr. She was very disappointed with Don Jr. because he loved Charlie and Charlie loved him. And Don Jr. is a hunter and knows a little bit about 30-06 and knows that there's no way this little hole could have done it. It's just it's no. So I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, take your confession and what? What? Let's say I went to the police station at the same time. I go to the UVU campus and said, "Listen, my name is Grandpa Lionel, and I did it. And I hated him, Charlie, when he talks about gay people. Just arrest me. I did it." With what? I don't know, something. Arrest me. They'd say, "Okay, you're going to arrest me?" No, they say, "How did you do it?" Well, I had a plastic gun. I shoot plastic pieces, like Legos. I shoot Legos into people. I don't know what I did. But just arrest me. They're going to say, whoa, 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 whoa. They get these all the time. Did you know that during the Lindbergh case, they had I don't know, thousands of people who claimed to have been the shooter? It's unbelievable. So what I'm saying is that jury is going to say, how are we going to find this person? How do I find? And as a former prosecutor, I'm telling you, they're going to be the jury instructions. Can you tell me, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, and I'm defending Tyler now, that you can find beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt? You don't have any doubts about anything. You don't know how he did it because the gun that you said can't be linked. And why would he confess to something when that gun probably wasn't even fired? Is he crazy? And what is he confessing to? We didn't even find bullet fragments in there. Let's assume this. You have to find him not guilty, ladies and gentlemen, because there's no evidence of anything. They thought there was. It looked like it maybe in their mind at first, but they had a million chances to do something about this. They're not going to be able to prove this because I'm asking you again. The jury's going to go back and they're going to say to themselves, how did he do it? How did he confess to this little thing? What is this? Let's say if some doctor, let's assume some medical examiner, some pathologist says, that's not a bullet. I don't know what that was, but it's not a bullet. What is Tyler confessing to? What? Did he think he did it? Did somebody intervene? It would be almost like the first unwitting conspirator. Like he's up there, and all of a sudden, he hears this noise. Like, wait a minute, they're going to think I didn't do that. Wait a minute, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, there's a guy on the roof. Still don't know where he was. Still can't ID him. They think it's him. Of course, we don't know what he's going to be saying. This is not guilty. The gun's going to be withheld, and there's no confession to what? Not only that, we don't even trust the confession. And then we get little Lance up there. All right, we get Luna. And the first question is, did they grant you immunity? Because you're up here right now, and what you're doing is, I could make the case that you were an accessory after the fact because you're communicating with him. He's talking about getting away, and you're talking to him. And I think we could convince a grand jury that there's enough evidence to indict you for being an accessory after the fact. Harboring a fugitive, which is kind of expanded to mean that you're giving aid and counsel and information and help. And what are you talking on the phone? Did you pick up the phone to call anybody? No. Did you? No. Whoa. No, there's no duty to do that. So the first question is, what'd they tell you? They told you better say the right thing, didn't they? They told you that they would grant you immunity. They wouldn't charge you if you said the right thing, didn't they? Didn't they? And you're in Texas now, and what, you straighten up your act? What were you before? Some cis, trans, woolly, bully, Sam the Sham and the Pharaoh's in? What were you? What were you doing in Texas? What were you? What? Now you're not? Are you straight now? Did you change your mind? Huh? Are you gay? Were you and Charlie lovers? What's going on here? What were you? What was this? Yeah. This is you with a furry hat? Is this you? Is this you with a furry hat? Yeah. What's that hat all about? What is that? What are you, who is this? Jeremiah Johnson or some kind of a trapper or somebody from the, what is this? I don't understand this. Who are you? What did you do? Were you, tell me. Did you think you thought these messages were kind of weird to you, right? Does he ever write like this? Uses words like vehicle, commas, periods. This looks like ChatGPT. You ever seen him write like this? And this guy's in a hurry, too. He's scared shitless, and he's writing Hemingway-like prose. Did you believe that? Did you? Do you have the evidence? You have I think when some of the stuff was destroyed. Is it spoliation? Is it whatever? So an officer, when he went and turned himself in, did he confess? No. Hell, he's confessing to everybody apparently around here, but not you? Did you read him, Miranda? Yeah. What did he say? He says, I'm not going to talk to you. Why? Why? Hey, I know, because he didn't do it. And do you think anybody can just orchestrate this? Because he screwed it up because he was supposed to be dead. They were supposed to have gotten him. Don't you understand how this works? Remember this. Remember the two plots. The original story was he was supposedly to say, or was going to say, they're not going to take me away. They're not going to put me away. They're not going to, whatever it is, I'm not going to spend the rest of my life in prison. Remember that? Goodbye, cruel world. That was a story. And then that changed. He turned himself in and said, hi, I'm Tyler. What? Wait a minute, you're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be, I'm here. Why? Because my friend, the sheriff, who's since quit, brought me in here. That changes the narrative. Everything that was lined up is like, wait a minute, so some of the things that were going to be said pursuant to the idea that he was somehow involved in offing himself early or causing the police to do it, that narrative is gone. Bill Parillo says, I'm sure they're going to call the doctor. And let's not forget, they tried to stop him before going back into the OR. Oh, we're going to listen, I just hope these experts from, and thank you, by the way, these experts from San Francisco and, these people who, you're up against some very serious, very, very, very serious people. Very serious people. Now, who did it? Who? Is it Tyler? No. So who really did it? What was the thing? Show me what was done. If we had a legitimate, honest to God, workable FBI that we could trust, they would come and look at this and say, oh my God, look at this. We haven't seen one of these things and whatever. Look, it's a wahooz. It's the plastic exploding. They look at it. We haven't seen this. Who does that? Anybody does it? Yeah, we know who does it. Yeah. And this, by the way, this is tough too, because assuming assuming it was some kind of device or something that was placed on Tyler's shirt. It's got to be directional. It can't just go off and something hits some innocent person. It's got to go here to here. Wherever this thing was, it's got to be, you know what I mean? It can't just blow up. It's here. He got it. This one, I think this object was here, whatever this black thing was. So it's got to go here and has to do a, I mean, it's a, I hate to say it, it's a lucky shot. It's luck. What if the thing just blew up? I don't even know what it is. So there's no way. So not only is it no reason, or is there reasonable doubt? Tyler didn't do it. There's nothing to do. The story doesn't make any sense. None of it. Not one thing is connected to a rifle or a shooting. The usual stuff you see. John Kennedy had a rifle. There was a rifle. It was a bullet, probably a frangible bullet, probably Lucien Sarti. R.F. Kennedy had. It was a bullet. And by the way, it was probably Thane Eugene Caesar, because listen to this. The number one most important part about the RFK story is there was stippling. There was close contact powder wound right back here. It was shot behind the ear. Sirhan was across the room. There were more bullets fired that night than were in Sirhan's gun. And Thane Eugene Caesar, who was a security officer, had the identical gun he had, 22 or whatever it was. I mean, and Bobby Kennedy was good. He brought this up, but not very aggressively. Not very aggressively. By the way, you see what's happening also. Bobby Kennedy is talking about, they call it chemtrails, but it's geoengineering. He said it's through DARPA. And again, people are saying, like you're going to see here, no way. That's crazy. This is the next thing I was going to tell you. Give people 15 seconds max to talk about what's going on. 15 seconds. If they're not listening to you, or if they're arguing with you, leave. Don't give them any time. Don't give them any time. Candace today, who was terrific today. Candace talked about, had this Greta Thunberg. How dare you? Greta Van Susteren, who looks, by the way, like she had her face pressed against a glass. You know that? That's Van Susteren. And saying Mary Jo Buttafuoco, giving head on the side. It's a terrible joke, sorry. But anyway, she said, when she had Bibi Netanyahu, by the way, Prime Minister, yes, what do you say to people who suggest that Israel had something to do with the death of Charlie Kirk? Goes, that is ridiculous. No. So he didn't just bring it up. Greta asked him, but according to Candace, they said she has it on good authority. They asked Candace, make sure you ask him about Israel. I would have said nothing. I would have said nothing. Now that one, my friend, is completely up to you. Does it work? Oh yeah, you can make the argument. Yes. He was supposedly talking. He said he was going to withdraw any kind of support for Israel. They got mad. The Hamptons, you're making a big mistake. He lost all his money. They're going to teach him a lesson. So the argument goes A, B, C, D in this kind of logical sequencing is that this was Israel. Now, that might make sense in terms of motive. That might be logical, but you've got to prove this. You just can't say, well, you know how they are. No, I don't know how they are. There are some people, and this is another thing I want to tell you. There are things where I would say I know for a fact that they did it, but I can't prove it. Do you ever have somebody where you can't really confront somebody in your family, you know that they did something, but all of the evidence, circumstantial, is there. You know what I mean? It's the strangest thing in the world. There's simply, nobody's going to admit to it. Do any of you find it interesting? And I know many of you are saying, because there is I'm not saying it's anti-Semitism, but there are people who are absolutely, positively, 100%. They despise anything and everything to do with Israel. I mean, They can't see straight. The same way we used to feel about France. Remember when France didn't let us fly over for the Gulf War, either Iraq or whatever the first? We went crazy. Freedom fries. We dumped out. Oh, fucking French and the frog. We hate the French. Hated them. Nobody called us Francophobe. There was no anti-Semitic version of Francophobia. You know, we said terrible things. A bunch of ate frogs and snail-eating Frenchies and frogs and just, I mean, that was okay. Germans, Muslims, oh my God, we say stuff like you, but not Israel. Don't say it. But you say, but I'm not talking about the religion. Don't say it, because they want you to be in a position of never being able to say it, but you can't prove it. But here's something which people forget. If ever there was anybody who could do it, they're good. They're smart. They were bragging about having beepers. Remember that? Beepers. Who would have thought of that? That would have taken years. My God, the patient. It was brilliant. It's diabolical. It was sick. Beepers that could go off and kill people and all kinds of stuff. Denise says, thank you for all your awesome commentary, Lionel. Denise, thank you, young lady. I appreciate that immensely. But these folks will be, and I would say, come on. You mean to tell me you couldn't come up with an exploding, whatever. Again, I don't know what I got to see the medical examiner's report. What is it? What is it? I know something. Somebody said, no, that was an exit wound. How do we know? We don't know anything. We assume. Because you're not going to prove anything. Nobody's going to tell you. You can't do it. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you, I hate to say it. And you can think whatever you want. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to prove this. Period. Same thing with John Kennedy. Who was responsible? It was an amalgam. It was CIA, organized crime, military. It was a bunch of people, some strategically placed. You could see a bunch of people who would say, who could argue, listen, you know what I say? Take him out. Let's teach this son of a bitch a lesson. And all those other people out there, you want to play around this? Go ahead. This is what happens to you. Right? This is what happens to you. We'll get you. And we'll run for cover and we'll be so protected. That may make sense. Or this one. Or, and nobody wants to do this. Israel could tell you, listen, yeah, he's a pain in the ass and I don't need this. And frankly, we're surprised. He kind of turned on us there. But do you know how many people out there far bigger than Charlie? Seriously, I've got Europe. I've got the ICC, the ICJ. I've got warrants for his arrest for genocide. Charlie, what's he going to do? Now, he's important. I know it's important. We'll cut him off. We'll cut his balls off. Doesn't make any money. What are we going to do this? Hit some kid, hurt, have us go wrong? For what? And you look at these nincompoops, these idiots here. We got Erica is so fucking stupid. That's why I know she has nothing to do with anything, because she's stupid. Can you imagine telling her anything? She's in on it? No. Or any of those other little twits, these little piss ants walking around there, little fae. You know what I mean? This group, what? What do you think? What do you think? Colvet, whatever, he's in charge of what? Cleanup? There's like the Keystone Cops. I can make that argument. I can make an argument. Somebody would say, plausible deniability. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. Some people have stood before the organization and said, I don't want anybody to do this. All right. Let me go on the record and tell you, we don't do that. Which one do you want? Pick which one you want. You can't prove any of them. None of them. None of them. You see, my friend, we live in a world of hypocrisy. We've got the president of the United States who goes, they tried to kill me in Butler, and they tried to kill me. Oh, that stupid. Notice on the White House Correspondents' Dinner, they don't even talk about that. like it never happened. They're like children. Like children. With a kid who's baby, don't look at me. Don't look at me. What happened? He just said, don't look at him. You're gonna cry. Yeah. You hear that bang. One time I heard this. It was a this kid was on a like a loose side table, and this kid was bang, and you heard this. It was like harmonics. I thought, oh shit, this kid had this red thing, and the kid was not really old enough, didn't understand how to connect, and never said, "Don't look at him." Look, so how you doing, Jerry? Okay, is he bleeding? No, that's great. And the kid was like, "Holy shit!" But if you had said, "Are you okay?" You would have scared him, and he would have cried. That's what they do with you. Nothing to see here. Nothing to me see here. Bill Parillo says, but could this be a reverse OJ trial depending on the judge? Reverse OJ? You mean conviction? Well, I'm not sure. It depends. Oh, reverse. You are totally correct. I hope they either get him to tell who got him involved, or at least don't kill Tyler. I don't think there's any. Oh, this thing is. Let me tell you something. This prosecution is. This guy must be thinking, I've got my reputation. I mean, I could get indicted if I. This is a piece of shit. This case is so bad. What am I going to do? How do I do this? You have a duty. You have a duty to drop a case. You can say, hey, listen, no hard facts. We just don't have the facts. I didn't say you didn't do it. I can't prove it. Parillo, let me bring you into court one day. I'm going to charge you with murder. You. Did they find a weapon? Nope. Did you confess? Nope. But that guy's dead, and we're going to charge you. Why? You were there. You were there. You were in a crowd. You were in a crowd. Renee says, part of my ignorance here, if they have nothing of substance on Tyler, why the hell is he in custody? Because we haven't gotten to that state yet. They ask, it's a very good question, is there enough evidence to establish probable cause just to hold him? We're still working on that. Okay. Because they say, well, we've got a gun. Now, remember, the judge is going to say, I'm not going to put a trial on. Your Honor, we have a gun. That's not the murder weapon, but it's a gun. And we have a confession. I mean, that's a confession. But the judge said, okay, I'll give you a shot. I'm not going to dismiss it yet. We haven't had a trial, but you're going to have to. I've had, in normal cases, judges will say, don't give me this piece of shit. You bring this to trial and then have me have to dismiss it. No, you just, I don't want to be in the newspaper. I dismissed it. I'll never get reelected. So and they're all fighting. This is the problem with having judges who are elected. See, when you're a prosecutor, you would say, dismiss it, judge. Why? Because I don't lose my prosecution rates, my victory rates, my success rates aren't affected because the judge dismissed it. I didn't do it. The judge did. I didn't drop any case. So it's just too early right now. You should see how they hold people in jail. When they have bond hearings, we used to call them PP court, preliminary presentation. You're brought before a judge, theoretically 24 hours. But if you're bonded, if you're arrested on a Friday afternoon, you may have to wait till sometimes Monday. And if it's a holiday, I mean, it's a little bit better now because you have TVs and things like that. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you what a good lawyer is. If I represent you and you get arrested on a Friday, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to get out, and you're going to bond out. You're going to go to a bondsman or whatever it was. And I'm going to say, whoa, what? Because that's money I could make. I don't want the money to go to the bond. Let me go to the judge, see if I can ROR you. Let me see if I can get you out. Who's the prosecutor? I know him. I'm going to call him. I'm going to call the judge's secretary. Call the judge, ROR, get his ass out. Prosecutor's okay. He trusts me. He said, okay, I'll go along with it. I'll stipulate. And this is about trust and knowing how it's done. Judge's secretary knows who I am. We do a three-way call, and he's out. So he keeps his money. You don't want to be arrested on a Friday afternoon. Not good. But Anyway, the judges look at this and they just see a piece of paper. What is this? Aggravated about it. What happened? He hit him. I didn't hit anybody. Well, that's not what it says here. So you want to ask Renee, they don't have anything? You should see what people are held on in jail forever. Forever. All of the people who were eventually found not guilty were probably held in jail for up to a year. Up to a year. I had one client, this woman, we couldn't bond her out. She was slept on the floor for like a year. I mean, it was just, and she was acquitted. So it's once you get in that system, it's something. But it's a very simple thing. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I don't think he did anything. But I'm going to tell the jury, you can't prove it. Let me give you an example. We're talking last night. Again, a great love Colin. Colin's a stand-up comic. Okay. So if Colin is working in a club and he's got a great joke and he tells a joke and nobody laughs, that's it. Not guilty. Not funny. You have the burden of making them laugh. They said, You go, no, you don't understand the joke. No, you don't understand. We didn't laugh. Yeah, but you see, no. I got to make a jury laugh to get a conviction. I got to have them say, oh, I understand. And they're going to say, I don't know why I'm going to find them guilty. You don't have anything. No gun, because they're going to suppress that gun. They're going to say, by the way, it's called a motion in limine. Don't even mention it. Don't even mention it. Certain things you don't mention. Prior arrest report, arrest record, that doesn't count. Prior misdemeanor convictions, that doesn't count. Can't say that. Can't bring it up. Little things. You can ask if somebody's been convicted of a felony or somebody involving false statement, like a criminal falsity case, perjury. That's okay. And if they say no, what the point? So there's a lot of things you can't talk about. You can't ever say, well, I asked him when I arrested him, what happened? He said, I want a lawyer. That's a mistrial because you commented on the defendant's right to remain silent. You commented on the fact that he elected to invoke a right. Happens all the time. I've seen, those are the words. It's a mistrial. You got to do it again. The police officers know. Don't ask me what he said. He told me I'm not talking to you or I'm going to get a lawyer. They do it all the time. By the way, there's something called opening the door. Oh my God. Let's say we have a motion in limine and the judge says, all right, can't mention the rifle. The Mauser 98, can't mention it. Don't mention it. Okay, judge. Now I'm the prosecutor. I can't mention it. You got that? Okay. And then let's say somehow during cross-examination or direct examination or somebody says, Tyler says, well, that gun didn't have fingerprints on it. What was that? You opened the door. You opened the door. Grace, guess what? Now we're going to talk about it. That was to protect you, and now you open the door. You opened the door, schmuck. Now we're going to talk about this. Now you did it. Now you did it. Sometimes they would say in the old days, to try to get somebody to open the door. There was one time where this guy had a rolled up kind of newspaper kind of thing, where this guy's got this paper. He's going like this. Defense lawyer's going like this, going like that, going like this, going like this. He goes, I got something here that something you want to know. What is it? I got something. And there's something that goes, what is it? He goes, by the way, what do you got there? He says, what is it? It's your arrest record. You open the door. And the judge says, no. Because he was going to say, now I can talk about your arrest record. You've been arrested 8 million times. Never got a conviction. So you try to get him to open the door to bring something up. To say, well, I've never been arrested. What? You open the door. Now we can talk about it. So you're going to be playing around with this stuff. But at that point, this prosecutor is going to be saying, and the best also is to stand up and stipulate. Ronald stipulated he was there. Yeah. I got nothing to hide. Every cross-examination, the best is cross-examination is no questions. Or something simple like, you don't know who did it, did you? No, thank you. He never confessed, did he? No, thank you. Livia says, like Amber Heard mentioned Kate Moss on the stand. Yes. Remember, Amber Heard was one who dropped a deuce on the bed. Remember that one? I'll never forget that. I said, that's odd. That's not a good one. You don't know what happens sometimes when these trials get going. But what I'm telling you, ask your friends this question. The ones who say, well, Tyler did it. He did it. How do you prove it? The gun never was fired. They can't connect it to anything. I don't even think they have a bullet. If they had a slingshot there, slingshot's not connected either. You think this is a gun, don't you? Don't you? Don't most people think it? What's that? Oh, it's a gun, obviously. Really? Is that what you think it is? It sure sounded like someone had a crack of some kind of thing. You don't think if somebody shot some type of a pellet, a sphere or spear, as we call it, some fishing weight that went in there. That's what it was. It didn't even fragment. It didn't even exit. It just went in and went down. Suppose, what is this thing? I want to see this. I'm dying to see. What is it? I want to see the plastic bag. What is this? Have my guy look at it. Look at it. What is this? It's plastic. Is that metal? No. Is it lead? No. What is it? I don't know what it is. Think about that. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I don't even know what this stuff is. And you can stipulate, just get to the bottom line. Yeah. Dr. Lipschitz, yeah. You don't know what this is, do you? No. You can't say whether this is a bullet, can you? No. Thank you. That's it. That's my cross-examination. Sit down. Never, ever, ever cross-examine. It's their witness. Get them off. If they screw up, the defense or the prosecution may do redirect, where you kind of open up, you point something out, and then they'll do a redirect and clarify it. Get them off. He's not your witness. He's not going to help you. The best is nothing. Nothing. Thank you for coming, Dr. Lipschitz. Appreciate it. Nothing further. Jerry Spence always did that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Olivia, for being here. Thank you. We sure appreciate it. What are you thanking me for? I got a subpoena. Told me I had to be here, or else you arrest me. Thank you for coming here. Mr. Carrillo, thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good day. And the jury says, what a nice guy. What are you thanking him for? He didn't do anything. Don't ask him any questions. Get out. Get rid of him. One question. Leading question. You didn't find a bullet in there, did you? No. Thank you. That's it. Sit down. Shut up. I hate these war stories, but I had a good one time. There was a case of aiding to the dependency of a minor. This was a piece of shit. I got stuck with it. I wanted to punt this case. I didn't like it. Facts of the case, 16-year-old hooker, call girl. Remember call girl? I mean, pretty woman, escort, not some street hooker. This woman looked 30 years old. She was 16. Her sister, who was 20, whatever, had nothing to do with it. Nothing. The 16-year-old brings an undercover cop to their apartment. And the sister was there painting her toenails, watching TV when the sister, the 16-year-old, comes in. The adult sister has nothing to do with it. They just share an apartment. So the 16-year-old is saying, here are my prices. The cop says, what do I get? She says, anything. What do you mean anything? You know, anything. Oh, what do you mean anything? Because he's got to nail it down. What do you mean anything? Paint my wall, buy a contract. Paint. What do I get? Anything. What do you mean anything? You know, anything. And finally, the sister, who was just hearing enough of this shit, said, anything sexual. They went back and continued. That's all she said. They charged her with aiding to the dependency. Like that was what? What? This was my case. I had to convict her. I said, this is a dog. And the judge brought his students. He taught this night class. So all these students are watching me. I thought, oh no, this is the worst case. Here was my cross-examination. This was good. This woman was she would basically say, it's not my sister didn't know anything. It was all me. I'm a call girl. I do this. I've been doing this for years. Don't blame my sister. It's me. I know I'm a minor, but I did it. I did it. Okay. Here's my cross-examination. Are you a professional call girl? She says, well, yeah. Do you consider yourself good? Like a professional, good person? Well, yeah. I said, isn't one of the characteristics of being a good call girl being a good liar? What do you mean? If the police ask you, you a call girl, you got to say no. So you got to be convincing. So you're a good liar, aren't you? Yeah. But you're not lying now, are you? No, nothing further. I sat down. I thought, big deal. When the verdict came out, when the jury came out, they buzzed, two buzzers mean you got a verdict. I didn't even look up. I don't stand up. I don't want to see these people again. I'm embarrassed. I'm just going to be not guilty. I'm putting my stuff away. Guilty. They found her guilty. And the prosecutor, the defense lawyer said, what? And I said, what? I'm the prosecutor. I said, it was like, you're kidding me. Now, again, I don't know if she got even probation, but the point is, you don't know what's going to happen. This Tyler Robinson, if he takes a stand, which I would, he may be great. He might be the best. One time there was a little kid. You always ask the question, is there a minimum age for you to be a witness? A juror, yes, 18, whatever. But a juror, a witness. The answer is no. All they have to do is they have to be able to tell the truth. Tell the truth, take the oath, and know what the difference is between lying and cheating. So this little kid, I forget what it was, a family court. It was very, very sad. But this kid gets up and kid said, oh, the judge said, do you know what a promise is? And the little girl said, yes. A promise is like glass. We can't break it. People are like, oh, you heard this. Oh, oh, I think they settled. Two stories I got to tell you that are verified. Two stories. Two. One was, the rule is never ask a witness a question using a word they don't understand. Don't ever, wow them with your sesquipedalianism, So there was a witness, a particular witness, and they asked the witness, ma'am, were you stabbed in the fracas? And all of this, by the way, this was the court reporter takes this in and then would sell to us a copy of the Q&A, per page, whatever. She'd make a fortune. But that's not the best one. This was a good one. The woman said, a particular woman from a particular area of society. Question was, ma'am, were you stabbed in the fracas? She says, no, I was stabbed between the belly button and the fracas. This was just, and you're reading this, you're thinking, what must that have been like? But the best, the worst, the funniest, this was classic. The case was sexual battery. It was a public defender. This guy was looking at 500 years. They only went to trial it was open and shut. It was horrible. And the judge was just ready to just pound this guy. But they had to go to trial because they couldn't take a plea. And you can't plead to life. They're not making any deals. So they teed it up to figure what the hell, give it a shot. And this woman, terrible. The victim's up there, and they're thinking, "Oh my God!" This public defender said, "I don't know what. I'm not even going to ask any questions." So he turns to the defendant and says, "Listen, is there anything you want me to say? Anything that was left out? Because as soon as this case is over, this guy's going to go back to the jail and do what was called a 3850 motion and basically say ineffective assistance of counsel and you sucked and all you did was you're just horrible. You're terrible. So you got to do everything." So you got to ask him, "Is there anything I should ask him?" And he said, "Yeah." Because I remember this, he said, "Ask her if the dude," and I'm just giving you, I'm not making a statement as to the quality of the, this is what this, he said, "Ask him if the dude had a climax." He said, this is before DNA and all. He goes, there was serology and maybe they could have taken his hand. Yeah, what the hell? I got nothing to lose. So he gets up and he says, very gingerly, he says, "Ma'am, I just have one question." He's not, no, tough anything. This woman's a victim and it's terrible. She said, "I just have one question. Did the man that you say did this to you, did he have a climax?" And she said, on this paper, we're looking at it, it's terrible. She said, "No, he had a Ford Fairlane." And the judge immediately said, "I said, clear the courtroom." Because they said, if one person laughed and people were just, because you were the repressed, it's horrible. And you don't laugh because it's funny. You laugh because it's just, what? And people just ran out of the courtroom and they were outside howling. And I said, "Did that really happen?" We saw the transcript. You never know what's going to happen in court. You don't know what's going to happen. You never know what. And I would love this. Oh, I'd love to be Tyler. "Tyler, let me do it. Let me get this straight. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, see that guy there? I sound like Arthur, whatever his name was from Justice for All. They want him real bad. But I feel sorry for this prosecutor. He's got nothing. Nothing. Because I don't even know what happened. We don't know how he was. You remember, you can't bring up the rifle. You can't say there was no rifle because of the motion to limine. But you can say, "I don't know how he did this. I don't know to whom, if he said this to anybody. And if there's a God, Tyler's going to sit there on the stand and say, I never said anything. I never did anything. Anything. I was there because I'm stonad. I'm an idiot. For other reasons. Or somebody got me. Who knows what he's saying? Somebody paid me. I was there for something else. I was going to meet somebody. Who knows? We don't know anything about his story. Nothing. Nothing. It's going to be beautiful. And he takes that stand and says, "Tyler, make sure when you say, you don't look at me, you look at them. I never did this. I didn't write this. Tyler, did you see what you wrote? I don't write like this. Vehicle, paragraphs, commas, and a text. I'm an idiot. Look at my Discord. I didn't even know what I said. LOL, ML, LMFAO, smiley face, smiley, laugh face, hysteria, thumbs up. Ooh. We don't do. I never could do, by the way, I can't do that thumb thing. Never could. I'm a dictator. Like Mussolini, I dictate. I can't do this. Imagine this guy doing this. Nervous and the vehicle, comma, to which I am part, comma, period. Come on. And the best is, hey, Mr. Twiggs, yeah, hey, how you doing? You must be wondering right now, what am I going to say? Come on. You found the note underneath? Yeah. Did any graphologist, what if Tyler's, I didn't write that. You see, you're going to find out who did this. And you know what's interesting too is you can imagine if somebody, let's say, stands up, somebody somebody from Mossad says, I am embarrassed. How dare you? You think we do it? This isn't our shot. This is stupid. You think this is our work? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? How dare you? I mean, I would be embarrassed. I don't even know what it is. I don't understand. Did you see who was it? When it was that scene the other day? I think it was when Erica said, they showed the scene after, her family, and I'm going to thank the head of security. Head of security. Is that what you call it? That's the last person I'm going to thank. What did they do? Hey, schmuck, did you call 911? No. What? They didn't even have an ambulance there. Charlie's legs are sticking out. I mean, can you believe this? This case is so paving over it. And that's the best part. Hey, Lance, should I call you Lance or Luna? What do you want, honey? You got your woolly cap with you? Listen, Sparky, let me ask you a question. How do you like the old, that your boyfriend there decided he wanted you to go and pick this rifle up or something? Remember that? What were you supposed to do? Why is he talking to you? Why is he talking to you? The first thing, what would you do if somebody said, I'm hanging up, I don't know what this is. I don't know who this is. Click. I turn my phone off. Sleep. Reject it. I don't know who this is. Hello. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. Nope. I didn't hear that. It's crazy. And this guy's in Texas now with a lawyer or something. What are you doing there, Lance? Yeah, still wearing a fuzzy hat? Are you anymore? Yeah. How long did that last? So you're not trans anymore. That was pretty fast. You didn't have anything snipped, did you? Thank God. Be careful. What if you had? Well, you wouldn't have. Yeah, you would. No, you wouldn't have a snip. Yeah, you would. Yeah, because you're a guy. What are your pronouns? I mean, the thing is nuts. Nuts. Who thinks Charlie's still alive? Come on. Who thinks Charlie's alive? Charlie says, what do I do? What the hell is this? Hang on. What is this? Just a minute. Just a minute. There we go. Okay. What the hell's that about? So, Charlie's like this. Hey, Charlie, yeah. We're going to put you up there. Uh-huh. You're going to be hit. Put this on. What is it? I don't know what it is. It's like I don't know, like a lavalier. Wait. Yeah. You got the squib? The squib? Yeah, put it right here. What am I doing? We're gonna feign. Why? And you're gonna go to some place in what? Provo? Not Provo. It'd be Utah. You're gonna be in Galveston, or you're gonna be in Polk County, Florida, until we need you for the rest of your life, so you can live the rest of your life alone. This 6'5" guy. UFO says, is it true Erica Kirk has filed a defamation lawsuit against Candace Owens? I saw one tweet on X, but no longer trust. That would be the most stupid thing ever. Candace never said, she might have said something else. I don't know why I think she's defamatory, because Erica is in that public figure area. So New York Times against Sullivan would apply. So therefore she's got to prove that Candace used malice or knowing, a knowing knowing disregard of the facts and that sort of thing. But the thing is, Candace never said she did anything. There might have been something in a tweet, somebody individually, which was done sarcastically. It never happened. If anything, the person who's looking at a defamation suit is Laura Loomer. Oh my God. She's claiming everything about her. I mean, again, I don't like all this litigation. Laura Loomer, though, is the one. I hope you saw my review today, my psychological profile of Laura and Erica. Olivia says, it's so effed up. It's kind of funny, but extremely tragic. Oh, it is. Oh, I know. See, that's the part about this which is the best. It's because it's nuts. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's just, I don't even know where to start. Everything about this is crazy. What was this? What was the purpose of this? And Erica, when is she going to say, look, well, she's not going to do this, but somebody's going to say, look, you can't do this anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, we love you, but this is ain't for you. Okay. Why don't you and Laura Loomer go on Laura Loomer's the one that I think is just like unbelievable. What does she have? Carfax? She does. What is she doing? Like doing credit reports? Did you see this stuff? This is scary. Did you see what Roger Stone said about her too? I mean, and this tattoo she supposedly has. This is a person. There are very few people that I would meet or in my life where I thought, I don't even want to be in the same room with these people. These people, they could have a grenade on them. I mean, she is out of her fucking mind. Duchess of Camelot says, Lionel, would Candace have a case if she sued Erica for saying Candace has accused her of murdering her husband when she never did? Well, that'd be interesting. To libel her, Candace would have to claim that she was libeled when somebody said she claimed that Erica. It's weird. Normally, Erica would sue Candace for theoretically saying she killed her husband. That's not the case. So what you're saying is, but Candace sues Erica for daring to say that Candace said that Erica. This is like, wow. Yeah, I guess. I don't like lawsuits. I know this sounds terrible. They're a waste of time. Nothing ever happens. This is the courtroom. This is it. Put them together. Can you imagine what it would be like to hear Erica and Candace in a debate in the octagon? 90 minutes? No tap out? No over the top rope DQ? What would she say? The first time she'd go over, put that down. Put that down. You know, think about it. Erica can never do the napkin trick again. Ever. She milked it. Do you ever go back and watch her and say, it gets worse? It gets worse with age. It's like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. And also, Charlie's parents. You know and I know that from the looks of it, there's one of two things. Erica never even mentioned him. My family. She mentioned Sean Hannity like he's like her long-lost brother. Sean Hannity. What, are you kidding me? And my extended family, I love you. What? What are you talking about? It just, and those poor kids. Those kids, I hope they're okay. God, I hope. I hope that this woman loves her children enough to make sure they get the best counseling. She should be with them. They should be going on a trip, or maybe bring the in-laws together, something to try to reinforce. According to Erica, all Charlie talked about was her mother. He loved her mother. Erica found that was it. Never his parents or his sister. I mean, it's just, wow. Unbelievable. I don't even know where to start. So anyway, my friends, wasn't this good? Wasn't this amazing? And who killed him? I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. Co-create with me says Franz Lehar wrote the operetta The Merry Widow. Famous waltz of the same name too. Thanks for sanity moments with legal and law education sessions, Lionel. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's fun. The legal part, when this thing gets going, you'll understand it better. A lot of it makes sense. Nobody really explains to you, like, hey, what do we do now? What's he trying to do? What is this about? You think you know, but you don't. And a lot of the trial stuff can be pretty boring. I like it short and fast and quick, and let's sit down. You understand this? Absolutely, positively, to make sure, and I mean it, to make sure that you get to the point. Exactly. You don't waste any time. And you want to win that jury over. You want them to say, you know, this guy, I like that guy. And if you can possibly, to look at that jury and watch them, watch their faces when you do this, you have to be in the jury room. If it even goes that far. If it goes that far. And the worst part is going to be, I want to stipulate everything. Officer, where were you? Stipulate. You were on duty. You were UVU. I understand it. Yes. And you got a call. Yeah. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. How do you know he did it? Let's cut through this bullshit. Let's go right to the fact. Do it. Don't show pictures. Don't show, the crowd. No. Because again, I'm telling you, they got nothing. They've got nothing. How do they say, look, I really want to find this guy guilty, but I don't even know what. I don't have a gun. I don't have a confession. I got something. I got a text message. That's a confession. That's a confession. This? He never even told the cops. He turns himself in and doesn't tell him what? And then you have some experts say, do you know how we can fake one of these? Oh. Anyway, my friends, how are you doing? Forget about this. How are you? Are you having a good night tonight? Where's everybody from? We have a good group tonight. Tell me where you're from. I love this. Let's end with this. Do a little roll call. He's probably alive. You don't mean that. People just say this. This is all the psyop to cover warring aliens here. I don't know what that means. I like all this psyop. New Orleans, look at this. Mean Streets, Texas. Magna, Utah. From Earth, very funny. There's always one of those. NOLA. Baton Rouge, Westchester, Ohio. Mobile, Alabama. South Euclid, Ohio. That's what I like. Southeast Missouri. Love you, Lionel. Love you too, babe. Pennsylvania. Indiana. I love this. Northampton, NoHo, Mass. Phoenix, Arizona. This is so great. From the Bronx, all over the way. Caribbean islands. Nothing even specific. Yorkshire, England. Home of the pudding and the Yorkshire Ripper. Pompano Beach, Ontario, Ohio. Hi from Indiana, Virginia, Pineville. I love it. Buffalo, New York. I'm in the trenches. 50 meters from the east side. How about that? Kennewick, Washington. Madeline from Beaumont, Texas. Ocala, Florida, Marion County. This is just beautiful. Slinky, excuse me. Slinky says, Lionel, what do you think of the lack of pictures of Erica Kirk pregnant? With Charlie's visibility so intense, but no pictures of her pregnant. You know what? Especially today, you've got on a phone 8 million pictures. You don't think she had a shower? This woman would have. You don't think Miss Look at Me had a baby shower or any kind of shower where she was seeing preggers, as they were? You don't think so? Are you kidding? Any kind of self-acclaim? Of course, there's no pictures of it. Nothing. Remember they said, what about Michelle Obama? Where were those pictures? Everybody else had, I mean, they're pictures, I mean, maybe years ago, but not now. Now I don't understand it. I also want to know, why did Charlie ever, why, how did he have such low self-esteem that he could not have seen through this? This woman who probably put him in the Wahito hold, gave him a Cleveland necktie and said, turn the head and cough, buddy. I mean, she probably let him have it. He didn't know. I don't know what it is. But we'll never know, my friends. Charlie is still alive. Tell me where Charlie is right now. Where's Charlie right now? Where is he? Wait. Ooh, look at this. I like this. I have been nonstop thinking about the comment made in your video with Coach last night about how he can't run from our destiny. I have. Get so lost lately. You know, it's funny you say that. It's funny you say this. Kalina, that reminds me of, is it Bob Dylan's line? He says, I've never felt apart. He says, I was born in the wrong place. I'm just trying to find my way back or something. It's like to be lost. I know what you mean, to be lost. There's a song by Atlanta Rhythm Section. Sometimes I feel like an alien, feeling like I don't belong. I've always felt like that. I don't belong here. I don't know who these people are. They don't see things the way I do. I've always thought that. There's Dee Dee. Dee Dee says, great show with Coach. I laughed so hard. I loved it. Excellent. That means so much to me. For people to laugh and to be happy and to be laughing just to, he's such a good guy. And I'm going to help him out a lot because I want him to have him do a stand-up. I got some folks. I know how to help him. He's a good man, really. And also, a lot of us have to find some way to look to like the next generation and keep this thing going. I mean it. Because this is just the beginning. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. I love you. Please follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. It means so much to me and to her. You've been so terrific. Thanks for your great comments. I love you. I honestly love you. I know I do. Sometimes it bees like that. It's true. Anyway, I love you. Please like the video. Liking it means so much. Hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And also make sure you subscribe. Because we're getting close to that 400,000. I'm getting near that 400,000. I'm telling you right now, I'm getting real close there. I'm at 396, 114. So I need you. I got to get that. That's that marker. It's like, come on, we're doing it. I'm doing it little by little. You and me and you and a dog named Boo. Okay. So follow us at Lionel Nation. I want a subscription. Do me a favor. It helps tremendously. You know how it is. It's like the metrics. That's all they care about. Not the quality, but the numbers. All right, dear friends, have a great and a glorious day. We will see you tomorrow. I love you to death. Until then, remember these final words. The monkey's dead. Show's over. Oh, and by the way, thank you for the super chats. Thank you immensely for your kindness. Thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Now, the monkey's dead. Show's over. Sue ya. Ta-ta.